David Hume's An Enquiry Concerning Human Understanding, 1748, is a foundational work in empiricism and skepticism, challenging traditional views on knowledge, causation, and human reasoning. Hume argues that all human knowledge originates from experience, dividing perceptions into impressions, immediate sensory experiences, and ideas, mental representations derived from impressions. He critiques the reliance on rationalist metaphysics, asserting that reason alone cannot provide knowledge about the world without empirical evidence. One of Hume's central arguments concerns causation. He claims that our belief in cause and effect is based on habit rather than rational proof. Humans assume that because one event follows another, the first must cause the second. But this assumption is not logically necessary. It arises from repeated observation rather than an a priori certainty. This skepticism about causation undermines the certainty of scientific and philosophical claims that assume necessary connections between events. Hume also critiques the notion of inductive reasoning, the process of drawing general conclusions from specific observations. He argues that induction is not rationally justifiable, as we cannot prove that the future will resemble the past. This problem of induction has profound implications for science, as it suggests that our knowledge of the world is based on probability rather than certainty. In addition, Hume explores miracles and religious belief, arguing that testimony supporting miracles is often unreliable. He asserts that it is always more rational to believe in natural explanations over supernatural claims, as human perception is prone to error, deception, and bias. This critical stance on religious claims aligns with his broader skepticism about knowledge beyond empirical experience. Ultimately, Hume concludes that human understanding is limited and absolute certainty is unattainable. However, this does not lead to nihilism, but rather a practical approach to knowledge. We must rely on experience and probability while acknowledging our cognitive limitations. His work laid the foundation for modern empiricism and influenced later philosophers like Kant, Popper, and Russell. Life lessons from an inquiry concerning human understanding. Question your assumptions. Hume teaches that many of our beliefs, especially about cause and effect, are based on habit rather than rational proof. This encourages us to critically evaluate our assumptions and avoid blind faith in traditions or common sense. Rely on experience over speculation. Rather than trusting abstract reasoning, Hume emphasizes the importance of direct experience. This is a valuable lesson in life and decision-making. We should base our choices on evidence and real-world results rather than purely theoretical ideas. Understand the limits of human knowledge. Hume reminds us that human reasoning is fallible and that we should approach knowledge with humility. Recognizing our cognitive limitations helps us avoid arrogance and dogmatism in both personal and professional life. Be skeptical of extraordinary claims. His critique of miracles highlights the need for skepticism when encountering extraordinary claims. Whether in science, media, or everyday life, we should demand strong evidence before accepting sensational assertions. Embrace uncertainty and probability. Since certainty is unattainable, Hume advises us to live by probability. This teaches us to make pragmatic decisions based on likelihood rather than seeking absolute truths, which is especially relevant in business, science, and personal development.